Yo guys, Lorenz Köhler. Mr. DZ says I need to stand nice and still, but this is a day in the life of me again because you guys asked for something like this. We're going to Polokwane for Bafana Bafana versus Lesotho. These guys woke me up nice and early. I'm still moody, as you can see, but yeah, we're at EXP offices now. This is our last stop, or hopefully I don't know, maybe second or third last stop before we're going to Polokwane, and then we'll do match day -1 today before the day ends, and then obviously Friday is match day and we'll get some behind the scenes action, maybe some field action if DZ is feeling kind to the audience. But yeah, basically behind the scenes, what we're going to be doing, how we're creating content, and also maybe speaking to some players as well. But yeah, I just woke up from a long nap. I have no idea where we are right now. Somewhere in Polokwane. But I remember when I was waking up, I just heard maybe we're 20 minutes away from our destination. So yeah, not much more, how can I say, to endure for this trip now. Yeah, but yeah, we'll soon be ready, getting freshened up and being at Bafana's training ground. So yeah, catch that later. Out here at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium, but yeah, this pitch was just relayed, redone. The stadium was closed for a couple of weeks because of a Makatsi concert that blew in the field. But if you can just look here now, just take a turn, just look at this pitch. Oh my days! I wish I could bottle it and take it to every pitch in the country. It's ridiculously good. So yeah, press conference just finished. Match day -1 training now for the squad. You're gonna see some of the big players soon. Yeah, so that's just the normal protocol before, you know, the games. They always train at the stadium where they're gonna play the day before. The media will have like 15 to 20 minutes available to or like record the training session, and then we post the content for you later.
Ring. Ring. How you sir?
See my cricket ambassador. Sure, gents. How was it? Wow, talented. So busy. Go. Wow, big player. Sure. How really? Salute.
Guys is here.
Big player.
Alright.
Salute. Go guys. The biggest player. The
Bafana Bafana mamutlha tlo buya kwa Polokwane mamutlha game e kgolo ya Bafana Bafana Lesotho mamutlha bile nka se bolela hore re betha di game tse re ka score rena bo tlo no re korela bona ka bo bona batho ba le mamutlha re matlhatseng a ma serious viva Bafana Bafana sa bankeng
Bafana Bafana ro win World Cup here right here this year ne
Wina ro tsena ko World Cup today yo kora 2-1 or 2-0 ke yona Bafana Bafana.
Obviously to win it's an easy game, it's a home game, it's our neighbor, so we have a huge advantage to win the game.
2-1 today 2-0 ya tsa today 2-0 guys
2
Who e gare pollution 2-1 nyana lebeletse yo
It's gonna be the match is gonna be 4. It's gonna be 4-0, 5-1, but 4 is gonna be my lowest margin. 4-star and Pesitao. Even Fuken can score.
Re lebogile Mofokeng ke ena ya go ja score da ke motshepa mfanula wa ka o
ke re Pesi le Mofokeng and like Mofokeng ke ena tlo go run 2 today.
Okay, so it's day 2, guys, of the vlog. We just arrived at the Peter Mokaba Stadium. It's about 3 o'clock. It's not quite limpopoing yet in terms of the heat, but it is quite hot right now. But with kickoff around about 6 o'clock, I think it's perfect weather on a perfect pitch today for some perfect football as Bafana Bafana take on Lesotho. Last I checked, there was 40,000 tickets sold out of the 43,000 made available. So we're expecting a sold out affair. The stadium is going to be rocking. It's probably one of the best atmospheres you get in South African football. So yeah, perfect day for Bafana for the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifier. It's a must win before we go to Benin. So guys, it's going to be a great day. We're going to see some behind the scenes action with 10Bet South Africa.
Always good, man. Nice to be home. Nice to win 3 points. Nice to be in Polokwane. I think the crowd pulled out lekker. Yeah, good game and 2 goals. 2 new scorers, I'm sure. So just happy, good news, good vibes, and we take it on to Tuesday.
ndo takalanga mando diwana ndi chikowe tamba ndiko wana debit yanga yothoma man cap yanga yothoma ndiko feel ndi happy ngamanda man so the first year njinji man.
You said a lot in the past that Rele is not ready to start. Today, he gets his first start, his first goal, man of the match. From when he first got called up to where he is now, do you think now he's a regular Bafana player now?
We are 23. That is first. Secondly, I said also before that as a coach you have to see when is the right moment to bring a player. And I think this game was the right moment for Rele. He played a very good game and this is what we need. When you put someone, a young guy in the team, as a coach, you have always to think that he can succeed. Because when he doesn't succeed, imagine that Rele plays a bad game, yeah, then everybody will tell you, oh, maybe it's too soon, maybe he's not so good, blah, blah, blah. So you have to help also a little bit the player in that. And I think I did that today with Rele, I did that today also with Jeden. For me, Jeden played a very good game. But this was also an opponent to do that. You can't do that against Nigeria, or if you can't do that maybe for the first time in Benin, because those are different games. So from my side, I have to watch and to see when is the right moment, and then sometimes it doesn't succeed either. But today you saw really had the confidence from my side, and yes, he confirmed it, so I'm very happy with it.
Yo, this was like my first Bafana Bafana game at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, and obviously it was actually a surreal experience. Sold out affair. The crowd was fantastic from start to finish, and yeah, just when those first 2 goals went in, the silence. I mean, the silence. The atmosphere was just deafening. You know what I mean? So it just really feels like South African football, the national team, has really turned the corner. From when 10Bet got involved, it's actually weird that it coincided with this, because I remember we were going to the AFCON draw for the previous AFCON, and they sold 100 and something tickets for FNB against Eswatini. Now to see us sell out stadiums against Lesotho, it's a magical feeling, you know what I mean? And I was like so pleased and honored to be part of this today. It was an epic experience. I mean, these are the type of games, that, we usually got frustrated. We end up losing points, or even losing the game completely. So I think, the mentality that the boys have now is very different to, previous generations. They have faith in their own hands. They've, on top of the table now by 2 points against Benin, 4 points ahead of Nigeria. So obviously now they need to go to Abidjan at the start, Felice Boni, that they know quite well. They played at the stadium where they won the bronze medal in AFCON. So there's good memories there, and I'm sure they want to, get the maximum 6 points from this Lesotho and Benin game, and I'm sure that they can do it. There's always that a little bit of doubt at the back of your mind when you see, hey, things are not going as planned, and the fans are starting to get hey, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? But 90% of me is I've watched this team for the past couple of years transform under Coach Hugo. I personally had that 90% confidence that it's going to be a patient waiting game, because eventually, what is Lesotho playing for? You know what I mean? They're not coming here to draw every game and then say, we drew every game in the qualifiers. Eventually they'll also need to open up a little bit if they have any chance of going to the World Cup, because if they win, they would have gone joined top of the table. So I knew there was going to be a slight change in the second half, and when Mofokeng opened the scoring, it was quite poetic. Boy from Shop for scoring on Human Rights Day. So that was a beautiful moment for our country. Look, I asked that question there in the press conference because, when he first got called up, coach was like, he's maybe not ready. No disrespect to Lesotho, but he was saying this was the perfect team to play him against. He's a World Cup qualifier after all, so he's a big stage. But he plays week in, week out, 90 minutes. Right, Tomo Raifetsa. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, he's a week in, week out player for Orlando Pirates. So I think he's very close to doing that for the national team as well.